When you started out on a new, exciting, important venture, but then the novelty of it wears off, you have two choices. You can throw up your hands in the air and say, I quit, or you can persevere, press on, and obtain the goal that was original in your mind. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 4 of Ha'azinu. Let's go Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 9. And it says, For the portion of Yahweh is his people, Yaakov his allotted inheritance. He found him in a wilderness, in a wasted, howling desert. He encompassed him. He made him understand. He watched over him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up its nest, fluttering over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, bearing them on its wings, Yahweh alone led him, and there was no strange mighty one with him. And so the journey begins. It begins for Yaakov, as we would understand it, the house of all covenant Israel. Yaakov was found by Yahweh. And where Yaakov was found was in Mitzrayim. There, Yah allowed Yaakov to go through, and when I say Yaakov, it's the corporate body of all Israel. He made his people to go through a period of time of great upheaval, the breaking down of structure and of societal substructure. He challenged the powers that were in existence. He overthrew the government. He wrecked the environment, both of which are popular causes even in our day. And Yah revealed himself to absolutely be in charge of things. And we forget that part. When we see current issues about, the earth is warming up and we're all going to die, or we can no longer eat meat, we got to eat what's made in the test tube. The money is going to go away and we're all going to be left with a digital currency, digital identity. They're going to try to chip us all. They're going to try to inject us all. They're going to, and on it goes. Society is struggling for its reality, its balance of normalcy, if we can imagine such a thing. And we would think, okay, we're just lost here. This is the howling desert part. This is the trial of our belief part. But the goal of all of this is to reveal Yah's hand that is outstretched and that becomes victorious against all adversaries. Don't forget that. What is taking place in the upheaval of the earth and all that pertains to humanity is that Yah is showing our futility, our weaknesses, our frailties, and he is revealing himself as the only source that is strong and reliable, trustworthy, faithful to us. Yah has given to us in his word his complete plan and how it's all going to go, and we need to learn to trust him for that and not become despondent and overwrought with fear. Israel had to see the land of Mitzrayim, the land of Egypt, completely wrecked, no longer capable of being desirous to anyone who lived there before they were willing to leave. And even then, according to rabbinical commentary, the vast majority of the Hebrew people stayed behind, perhaps as many as some 80%. So at one point, Israel, living in the land of Mitzrayim, was rich, they were prosperous, they were respected, they were sheltered, they were blossoming in their numbers. But when Yah wrecked that society, there was nothing left to go back to. In the book of Revelation, the wonderful chapter that's so encouraging, chapter number 6, where we read about the 4 horsemen. In verse number 8, it says, I looked and saw a pale horse, and he who sat on it had the name Death, and Sheol followed with him, and authority was given to them over 1/4 of the earth, to kill with sword, with hunger, with death, and by beasts of the earth. Imagine that. Current world population stands somewhere around 8.1 plus billion people. And so if we lose 1/4 of the earth's population, we're talking then about over 2 billion people. Now imagine what that would be like. And the report by the World Health Organization in August of this year, August of 23, they stated that thus far, COVID has taken 6.9 million lives worldwide. How much difference is there between 2 billion and 6.9 million? It's unthinkable. And so for all the world panic over what took place in the first part of the 20s, 21 and beyond, or 20 and beyond, it's unthinkable with all the hysteria and panic that took place to compare that to 2 billion people dying. When you go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24, that famous chapter where we read about fightings and earthquakes and nations rising against nation and deadly diseases and scarcity of foods, and all of these are the beginnings of the birth pains. When we go down through all of the list of the calamities, it says in verse 29, and immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened, the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heavens, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. It's going to get worse. But then it says, and then the sign of Son of Adam shall appear in heaven. Messiah Yeshua is revealed after all of the devastation. So no wonder we're told later that if we see these things taking place, that we're to look up, our redemption is drawing nigh. I believe that's in the book of Luke. To see the appearance of Yeshua the Messiah means that we endure, persevere, and overcome during the days of trial. Again, Deuteronomy chapter 32 is a song of Moshe. It's a song of judgment. Let's remember this, and it's very important, that as we are going through all of the stuff, this is our journey. Israel went through the wilderness and they suffered hunger at times. They had thirst at times. They were challenged by adversaries at times. They had fits of unbelief. They had false speakers among them that rallied the wrong people to stand against Moshe. They had fire that broke out in the perimeters of the camp. They had serpents that bit the people. They had a lot of issues that they had to face in order to refine their belief. And what it was doing was sifting this nation from those that were saying, I trust, I believe, and I will walk accordingly, from those who were caught up in the current moment of whatever was going on. Here's what we need to remember. The journey is not our destination. It's our process. There is a destination. It's the kingdom. It's living, reigning, and ruling with Messiah Yeshua. We're not there yet, and we very well may not be there for some period of time. Trust in Him for what's in front of us and how things are going to go is extremely important. Stay focused on that. Let me make a quick announcement, and I'll make this again tomorrow. Next week and following, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from 10-Minute Torah to observe Yom Kippur and Sukkot and spend some time with my local congregational family and my relational family. I need to be still for a little while and be quiet and hear. And so after Sukkot is over, we'll be back and we'll begin again with Bereshit or some version thereof. Stay tuned. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.